Team Cctv Busi updates once again. Welcome to our channel. I'm super excited. The support you've been giving us, it means a lot. May Almighty God bless you. We are back like we never left. Najua kuna wengine walikuwa wanajiuliza aje, hey, huyu mrembo wetu alienda wapi? I'm back. Anyway guys, kuna stories zimekuwa zikitrend for some times about the death of Albert Ojwang. We have seen so many complaints mtandao, mbona the DIG hajashikwa Langat, mbona wameshika Talamu huyo ambaye ni OCS wa Central. Na hapo jana, I'm going to pin the video muone. Hapo jana kuna CCTV footage iliweza kutolewa na Mbagathi Hospital ikionyesha wale maaskari watatu walipoingia na gari ya askari wakiwa wamebeba already mwili wa Albert Ojwang. That means Albert maybe he was tortured somewhere, mahali ambapo ni tofauti kabisa, akapelekwa pale Central Police Station kubook in. At least in case of anything isemekane kwamba alikuwa booked in, because wale ambao wamefuatilia this story kutoka mwanzo mpaka sasa hivi, kuna so many stories zinasemekana wale ambao walikuwa on duty on that day, mmoja wao ambaye ni mkwana alishikwa. Inaenda ikawa pengine from higher authority, wale watu ambao waliweza kusema Albert ashikwa na hawe tortured, walimuandikisha ama walienda kuweka ripoti pale kwa report office kwamba kuna mshukiwa ameletwa hapa, ili just in case something happens, the junior wao ndio wanaumia, the big fish yako pale. Ask yourself, mkwana yeye alikuwa on duty on that day, yeye ameshikwa. Hawa askari ambao walimuendea nyumbani kwao, mbona hawajashikwa? Another question you should ask yourself, hawa askari ambao wameonekana kwa CCTV footage pale Mbagathi wakipeleka mwili wake, mbona hawajaweza kushikwa? Another question, the OCS anasema yeye halikuwa mbali, akapeana mamlaka kwa deputy wake. Na kuna ile video ambayo inaonekana deputy OCS akiwa pale na halikuwa kwa simu for 24 minutes. Wa DCI wa Facebook hivyo ndivyo wamesema, yeye mbona hajaweza kushikwa? That shows there is something hidden from this scenario, kila kitu vile inaendelea. And then unapoangalia Kanja vile ana protect huyu Langat, that shows there is something. Now there are some people saying Kanja very soon ata-retire, na akiretire the person who is going to take over ni Langat. So kuna possibility wale ambao mnasema kwamba mnataka justice, enda ikawa justice kwa Ojwang isiweze kupatikana, ama enda ikawa wale watu ambao wataweza kushtakiwa na kushikwa ama na kukua jailed ni watu ambao wako innocent, because Ojwang inasemekana alikuwa ameandikisha false statement, ama alikuwa amechapisha kitu ambacho ni cha uongo, na hapo kwa mtandao aliweza kusema kwamba DIG Langat huwa anapokea hongo ama huwa anapokea pesa kutoka some police stations. So nikana kwamba yeye ni mtu ambaye anapenda hongo, yeye ni mtu ambaye anapenda corruption. So hizo vitu ndizo ambazo ziliweza kumchukulia yeye aweze kuchukuliwa kule nyumbani kwao, aende kukua tortured. So na kama president vile inasemekana pengine hata mmeki huyu DIG awe sasa ndiye a take over after Kanja, that means justice kuipata Kenya itakuwa ngumu. And mark this video, justice kupatikana itakuwa ngumu, ama wala watu ambao watahukumiwa ni watu ambao tofauti kabisa, si wale watu ambao waliweza kufanya haya mambo, ni watu ambao watakuwa wamesingiziwa kwa minajili ya kuprotect the big fish. Anyway guys, there is a video here I just want to post, ni waweke hapa muisikize mpaka kwa mwisho, ambapo wale maskari watatu waliweza kuonekana pale kwa CCTV wakimpeleka mwili wake mochari Mbagathi. Na hapo baadaye nitaweza kuweka video ya lawyer Danstan Omari akielezea baada ya yule mkwana na ambaye ni tahalam pia Taram au kuweza kufikishwa pale mahakamani, muweze kusikiza. Na hapo kwa comment section ningependa mtuambie, je, do you think like Albert family they are going to get justice, ama do you think kuna vile hii serikali inataka kumaliza hii kitu ambapo wameanza tutakufanyia hivi. Na I'm happy baba ya Albert amesema no amount of compensation itafanya ama itaweza kumrudishia mtoto wake. Yeye anataka justice for his son. Imagine that this was the only son, the only kid, leave alone the only son, the only kid in this family. You can imagine the pain that mother is going through. You can imagine the pain the wife is going through. Mwanamke bibi yake nasemekana amekaa kwa ile ndoa miezi 2 ama 3 4 hivi vile inavyosemekana. So kwa sasa hivi guys, nataka niwawekee hiyo video muweze kuisikiza, na hapo baadaye nitaweza kuwawekea video ya kule nyumbani kwa Albert Ojwang, shosho yake wakiongea na familia wakiongea. Nasema asante. Let's watch this video guys. Bye bye.
Kwa taarifa hizi kwa ishara. Na mtazamaji, runinga ya Citizen imepata picha za kipekee ambazo zinaonyesha namna maafisa wa polisi waliomfikisha marehemu Albert Ojwang katika hospitali ya Mbagathi hawakuwa na haraka licha ya madai ya polisi kuwa aliondoka kituo cha Central akiwa na majeraha yaliyohitaji huduma za dharura. Kanda hiyo imethibitisha polisi walichukua zaidi ya dakika 20 kumpeleka katika chumba cha dharura ambako wauguzi walithibitisha tayari alikuwa amefariki kabla ya kufikishwa hospitalini. Gatete Njoroge na taarifa hiyo.
Kanda hii ya CCTV katika hospitali ya Mbagathi inapata gari la polisi likiingia ndani ya hospitali polepole saa 7:35 usiku wa manane tarehe 8 mwezi huu. Maafisa watatu wa polisi wakikaa mbele ya gari wakishuka. Wawili wanasimama kando na kuanza kujadiliana na kuondoka kwa mwendo wa aste wakifuatwa na mwenzao. Nyuma ya gari hilo, marehemu Albert Ojwang anasalia bila ya kuangaliwa na yeyote. Shughuli iliyopaswa kuwa ya dharura ikionekana kujikokota licha ya maafisa hao kufikisha Ojwang waliyedai alikuwa na majeraha mabaya. Picha za ndani zinawaonyesha maafisa hao wakienda kuzungumza na wauguzi ndani ya hospitali. Dakika 2 baadaye wanaondoka nje ambako CCTV inanakili wakizungumza na simu. Wanarudi tena ndani na kuondoka nje tena. Wakati huu wote mmoja wa maafisa hao akizungumza kwenye simu. Baada ya dakika 10 hivi, mwendo wa saa 7:46 usiku huo, maafisa hao watatu wanaonekana wakitoka ndani ya hospitali na machela ya kumbeba Ojwang. Kwa dakika zingine 10 wanajitayarisha kumuondoa Ojwang ndani ya gari la polisi, wakiitisha usaidizi wa mlinzi wa hospitali. Takriban dakika 24 baada ya kufikishwa, ndipo wanaingizwa ndani ya hospitali. Hapa wanampeleka sehemu ya wagonjwa wa dharura ambako kwa dakika 10 walisalia ndani. Saa 8:10 maafisa hao wanaondoka na mwili wa Ojwang baada ya hospitali kudhibitisha alifikishwa akiwa tayari amefariki. Mwendo wa saa 8:15 usiku wa manane, gari la polisi linaondoka hospitali ya Mbagathi ikiwa imebeba mwili wa Ojwang. Kanda hii ikiwiana na ripoti ya hospitali ya Mbagathi iliyosema Ojwang akifikishwa alikuwa tayari amefariki, kwani alikuwa na majeraha mabaya na mwili ulikuwa baridi. Kanda pia imedhibitisha, kando na polisi kusema alipelekwa hospitalini saa 7:39, marehemu Ojwang aliwasili saa 7:35 na kupelekwa ndani ya hospitali zaidi ya dakika 24 baadaye. Matukio yanayoibua maswali chungu nzima na kudhihirisha wazi huenda Ojwang alifariki mikononi mwa polisi katika kituo cha Central. Kwingineko, mshukiwa Samson Talam ambaye ni afisa mkuu kituo cha Central anayezuiliwa na polisi kupitia mawakili wake amekana kuhusika na kifo cha Ojwang, akidai kuwa alikuwa amemwachia majukumu mdogo wake wakati mshukiwa alifikishwa kituoni.
We shall be producing CCTV footage to show that he was nowhere near the police station called Central Police Station.
Gatete Njoroge, runinga.
As everybody is aware, my name is Adan Sanomari. I'm the advocate for the OCS, Central Police Station, one Mr. Talam. I want to clear 4 issues to the whole world so that it is settled. 1, on the issue of what happened on the day the deceased met his fate. First and foremost, the OCS, Mr. Talam, sends condolences to the family of the bereaved. He's a father, he's a husband, he is a citizen, and he understands the loss of life. Also, his lawyers, we equally send condolences to the family of the late Ojwang, and we seek that justice be done. And that is the message from the OCS, that he will want justice be done on the whoever is responsible for the death of Ojwang. Number 2, on the material day that the late Ojwang got his death, our client, Mr. Talam, was not on duty. He had handed over the station to his deputy under the chain of command as provided for by the police service standing orders. He handed all the instruments of his office. He handed over the pocket phone for communication to his deputy. He left for his personal interest, but in Nairobi. That is very, very critical. The second statement the OCS wants to put to the public is that he received a personal call on his personal number, personal line, not on the official OCS pocket phone or police communication gadget. At around 9 something, I'm very poor in terms of timing, the call came from a DCI officer who wanted to inform the OCS that they have somebody they have arrested and they want that person booked at Central Police Station. Unknown to this DCI that the OCS has handed over the station to his deputy, the OCS directed the DCI that there is an officer in charge now. You go there, you'll be attended. That is the only telephone call Mr. Talam received from the DCI officers who had arrested the late from Homa Bay. Mr. Talam continued doing his personal family matters up to around 1 something towards 2 p.m. when he was again, now this time, called by the officer who was holding his deputy, called him and told him of what the incident that happened. From the time the late was brought to Central Police Station to the time the body was found, Mr. Talam was nowhere near the police station. After he was called and told what has happened, he stopped his family engagement. He went back hurriedly, took over the station as the OCS, provided for ensuring that the scene of the crime, if at all it was a crime that time, it was not known, the scene is preserved. He ordered for Mr. Ojwang to be rushed to hospital. He took over the station around 2 something. Third, Mr. Talam has instructed us to get all the CCTV footages where he was, because he was in a public place around the Langata area. We shall be producing CCTV footage to show that he was nowhere near the police station called Central Police Station. We shall equally be looking for his travel data on his phone from the time he left Central Police Station to the time he came back to Central Police Station, to clearly exonerate the OCS that he was never near the scene of crime. He was never briefed what was happening, because once you hand over to somebody to carry on his duties, you are not duty bound to micromanage what has happened. So that is on the question of his whereabouts on that fateful day. When he went back, the report that was issued was a report. He also was told of the circumstances that happened. It is not Mr. Talam, because he was not present. He did know. He relied on the information given by the officers who were present. The third issue is what happened after the body was declared dead. Mr. Talam, for record purposes, IPOA has given false information to the members of the public. How that Mr. Talam was arrested yesterday at Eldoret, and he was being transported back to IPOA offices. This is news that IPOA released around 3:40 p.m. This is the chronology of the events leading to Mr. Talam being at Langata Police Station. 1. Mr. Talam watched on all media stations the Director of Criminal Investigation, Mr. Mohammed Amin, said the OCS is a person of interest in this matter. Mr. Talam got in touch with me and another advocate called Mr. Kiton. We advised him to present himself to the DCI. At 2 on Friday yesterday. Unfortunately, I was in court dealing with the matter of one of the police officers who was arrested and was in court called Mbagathi. The lawyer, my colleague, Mr. Kiton, came to court. I told him, because we were to take Mr. Talam to the DCI, Mr. Kiton go and take Mr. Talam to report and surrender to the DCI. At 2 some minutes, Mr. Kiton presented Mr. Talam to the office of the Director of Criminal Investigation at Mazingira House, the DCI headquarters. Mr. Min instructed his officers to take possession of Mr. Talam, Mr. Talam to be presented to IPOA in the company of his advocate, Mr. Kito. Mr. Talam was taken to IPOA headquarters. He was handed over to IPOA. IPOA took a statement of Mr. Talam in the presence of his lawyer, Mr. Kito. After they finished with their statement, they brought Mr. Talam to Langata police station in the company of Mr. Kiton, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. They reached here and an issue arose. Who will book Mr. Talam to the cells? And that is what I said yesterday. A standoff arose under the National Police Service orders, under the Police Act, the National Service Police Act, under the Constitution of Kenya. Only a police officer can book an inmate into an OB, and that OB puts that person to the cells. This is a matter being investigated by IPOA. The officers in IPOA are not gazetted police officers. So, as we are here, the OCS, according to us, is booked illegally by an ordinary citizen working for IPOA without the relevant clothes and powers of a police officer. But we advised our client, just comply. That is the first illegality that we have put it out very clearly. That IPOA, one, did a wrong information that they arrested him. Two, they have booked him here illegally without the police having entered the OB. The third issue at hand is that now he's here, he is likely to be arraigned in court on Monday with another miscellaneous application or with a charge sheet. I want to put it very clear that I have instructions. These instructions are based on what does the law say when somebody dies in a police cell. The law called the Criminal Procedure Code, Section 385, 386, 387, and 388 provides what happens if anybody dies in a police custody. The law in those sections provides that an inquest to be the way to go. That is the statute. That is Parliament. Anybody who dies in police custody, in a cell of the police, the first avenue is an inquest, not an arrest. Mr. Talam has been arrested illegally. I do understand the commissioners who are now appointed into IPOA are very green. They have been in office, I think, a month or two. That does not change the law. We have very firm instructions to move to the High Court to stop this persecution because it is an infringement on the law. It is an infringement and a violation of the constitutional rights of Mr. Talam to be arrested and to be taken through a process unknown by law. We shall be moving to court in the High Court. We shall be filing our papers tomorrow, and on Monday morning we shall be going to court. One, to ask that Mr. Talam be the proceedings of the miscellaneous application, which are illegal, not known in law, be stayed. Two, Mr. Talam be released on his personal recognizance, or he be released on bond, and the High Court orders the proper procedure to be followed, which is an inquest as provided for the law. The sections are provided for to the public is that only after the inquest presided over by a magistrate, where all the police officers who were at Central Police Station that day, or the inmates who are there, and any member of the public who has information comes and gives that information, then the magistrate will, if he finds somebody culpable, the file is forwarded to the DPP. It is the DPP, if agreeing after the inquest, who will order an arrest and who to be charged. So this is politics. Talam is being arrested based on some political issues. It is not based on any law. This is a country that will follow due process. This is a country that will follow the law. And therefore, we shall be fighting for the legal process, due process, to be followed, so that Talam is not persecuted because of politics or any other extraneous reasons. The last issue that I want the country to know is that Mr. Talam is in good health. He has been allowed to see his families unhindered. He has been allowed to see his advocates unhindered, and therefore we want to assure that there is no cause of alarm. Mr. Talam knows that this is an illegal process that is being undertaken based on some mischievous political reasons to drag the OCS behind bars and tarnish his name. Thank you. Any questions?
What is the reason for his arrest?
According to them, they are saying that he is linked and he has information to the circumstances that led to the death of the late Ojwang. So that is the reason for his arrest. And that is what you have said. If it is about Ojwang and there is confirmation by the pathologist that he died in a police cell, the law orders an inquest. But if they are arresting him on a different charge, then they are right to arrest him. But the statement he wrote was in connection with the death of the late Ojwang.
Anything about the CCTV? There are claims, let me say this, okay, claims that the CCTV was tampered with and it's based in his office, and that guy who came and tampered with was paid 3,000 shillings and is also a suspect in police custody. Anything on that?
The OCS's office and all OCS offices in this country don't have a key. The OCS office is not a personal office. Once I have put that Mr. Talam was not in control of the office of the OCS, that can be explained with the people who were present. Mr. Talam, by the time he left the office handed over, everything police was working as it normally works. And therefore, he has no obligation to explain what happened after he left. It will be hearsay. That question should be put to whoever was in command at that time.
Just on that bit, you see, according to IPOA, because it's not us, according to IPOA, they said the CCTV was deleted around 7:28 to 7:30 on 8. That was the night after he was taken at around 2 a.m. when he was called in. They are claiming that the CCTV footage was deleted that morning after Ojwang had been taken to Mbagathi. So those are the claims of it.
We have said IPOA is living in the era of distortions. From day one, I have given a chronological event exonerating my client. IPOA has given a chronological event that implicates my client. His story had not been heard. This is the first time Mr. Talambi is putting to the world that he was not in command, he was not in control, and the time somebody passed on, that place becomes a scene of crime. The OCS has no control over a scene of crime. This IPOA says they took over the matter immediately. So the scene of crime was not in the hands of the DCI. The scene of crime was not in the hands of the normal general duty police officers under the command of the OCS. The IPOA took over the command. Is it them who tampered with the CCTV footages? Because that was a scene of crime. They took over at night. They never took over the scene of the crime the next day. They will be telling us, how did anybody infiltrate the scene of crime when they had already been handed over the scene of the crime? So the OCS was not in charge of the scene of crime. Immediately the signal of the death of the accused person, the deceased, was sent to the IG, and the IG forwarded that signal to IPOA. Those are some of the questions that we shall be putting to IPOA to explain how was the CCTV footage tampered when the scene of crime was actually in their possession.